Hi everyone, welcome back or welcome in if you're new to my channel. I hope you're all doing well. Today I'm going to be doing this natural face of no foundation makeup. So I only use a handful of products for this look, and I'll walk you through each of the steps I took to get there and why I pick certain products over others when I know I'm not going to have foundation underneath. Today, I'm trying out something a little bit new. So my camera setup is different, my lighting setup is different. I'm just using the natural light from my window today. So go ahead and leave me a comment down below letting me know if you prefer this setup or the setup I've had on my past few videos, and I'll take that feedback into account for future videos on my channel. So I'm going to start with concealer today, but I did just want to mention a couple foundation related items that you might want to consider if you do want a little bit of coverage. You might want to look into a BB or CC cream. Those are typically more lightweight, or you could look into a tinted SPF. So sunscreen is something you should have on your face every day anyways, and if you can get a tinted version that you like, that may solve your need to have a foundation. But if you do feel like if you need just that little extra bit of coverage, I would highly recommend the Neutrogena Hydro Boost Hydrating Tint. It goes on in really light, effortless layers on your face, and it has been just absolutely wonderful, especially for my dry skin type. So if you do want foundation, go ahead and do that and then come back to my video because I'm going to start with concealer. When I am doing more of a fresh face look, I definitely want to go with a concealer that's a little more emollient and blendable and maybe even a little bit buildable so that I can add that coverage just in the parts of my face where I need it. And my favorite concealer for this type of look is the Maybelline Fit Me concealer. So I go ahead with a fairly light coverage layer of this, and I just cover up this darkness on the inside of my eye right here. I go in also right here in the darkest part of my eye, a little bit out to the sides just for blending purposes. And then I do take a little concealer just straight down my nose when I know I'm not gonna have any foundation on at all. So today I'm blending this in with just a small eyeshadow brush actually. So I just wanna really get up in this corner, and I don't wanna spread any product where I'm not intending to spread it. So this smaller brush is gonna help me achieve that. There are a couple routes you can go for a more natural vibe with your bronzer, blush, and highlight. You can go more of the cream product route if you don't mind your face being a little more dewy, a little more fresh and hydrated throughout the day. But if you tend to have oiliness or you just prefer a more matte look overall, I would recommend going with powders. So today I'm gonna stick with creams just for the sake of feeling good about my skin lately, and I'll show you the steps that I'm personally gonna take based on my own needs and my own face. My favorite cream bronzer is the Milk Makeup Matte Bronzer in the shade Baked, and I love this formula especially for the summer and the warmer months because I do want this glow from a cream product, but this cream happens to be much more dry than other creams I've tried. And so this is kind of the best of both worlds in my mind. It adds that nice shine and depth that a cream gives, but it also provides the dryness that you typically get from a powder. So I love this product. And now that I have that bronzer blended in, you can see my face is starting to come together. It doesn't look so crazy anymore like it did when I just had concealer and no color on my face. So I really think that if you don't need foundation, skip it all together for a few days and see how you feel about your complexion after everything is blended in. And that being said, today I'm a little on the fence. I'm not sure if I want to go with blush or maybe skip the blush altogether and go with cream highlight. So, All right, I decided to go with a blush, and because I still want to keep this nice youthful shiny glow that I've got going on, but I feel like it might be nice to set it down a little bit with a powder, I'm gonna go in with the Milani Baked Blush in the shade Luminoso. So I'm just gonna take a little bit on my brush because this is a pretty intensely pigmented blush. So I'm just gonna go in a little bit and keep it up really high on my cheeks. And now if I were going to go in with a highlighter, I'm not today, but if I were, I would probably pick a cream because now I have a powder blush going down that's gonna hold that look together and keep things a little more matte. And so I could add a cream back on top, no problem, and not be too dewy for the day. So with only 3 products, the concealer, the bronzer, and the blush, I've completed my complexion for the day, and I'm gonna move into eyes. I always recommend that even if you're not gonna do much else with your makeup for the day, that you do go ahead and do brows. And that's just because they frame your face and they make a really big difference in how your facial features look and the structure of your face. So I'm gonna go ahead and do my brows off camera and I'll be right back. So on a super minimal makeup day like this, I would typically skip eyeshadow altogether and go straight into mascara. However, for the sake of showing you guys an alternate option if you'd like, I would recommend that to avoid pulling out more products or getting too in-depth on your eyeshadow look, you just go ahead and grab the bronzer and blush and highlight that you've already used for the day and go ahead and use those as eye products as well. So today I'm going to use my bronzer on just a small synthetic brush. And I'm just gonna place a little bit of that in the crease of my eye to add a little bit of extra definition and on this outer corner here. And then again, I could stop here and be done, but for the sake of the video, I'll go ahead and take just a little bit of the blush from my look today on my finger and pat it just right over my eyelid to add a little extra glow and to really tie in my whole face look together. If I would have been using a highlighter today, I probably would have added it just to the inner corner of my eye here for a little added pop. All right, and then for mascara, when I have more of a fresh face like this with not a lot going on with my eyeshadow or my complexion, I prefer to add a little bit of extra volume and drama with my mascara, just to have a focal point on my face. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply the Milk Makeup Kush mascara off camera because that is a mascara that truly does give me a lot of added volume. And once mascara is done, the last thing left to do are lips. And of course, this is also up to personal preference. I'm gonna give a couple options here, but just do whatever works best for you on an average day. So my first recommendation is just to go with a clear lip balm. It'll moisturize your lips and it'll add a little bit of extra shine, but it won't add any additional color. Aside from plain lip balm, I have 3 other recommendations. The first recommendation is to just get a gloss that you like on your lips without a liner or a lipstick underneath. So for example, I really love the NYX Butter Gloss in Creme Brulee on my skin tone, just on my lips all alone. If you're not a fan of lip gloss, I would recommend a formula similar to the ColourPop Just a Tint. That allows for a little breathability on your lips, but it still adds quite a bit of color. And along those same lines as the ColourPop product is the Honest Beauty Tinted Lip Balm. And I have mine in shade Summer Melon, which is just a nice pink that I think is actually a really amazing winter color or spring color, more so than a summer melon color. But regardless, I think that this formula is just incredible. It adds just the most subtle amount of color to my lips that I think makes a difference in completing the look. All right, and that completes today's look. So I just ended up with a nice fresh face with no foundation. I only used a few products total and it didn't take me very much time at all. I hope you found some inspiration in this video, and if you did, please consider subscribing to my channel, liking this video, and commenting down below because that will help my channel grow immensely. Thank you so much for watching.